Tonight, we're recognizing an individual who has been a driving force in our region for the past 4 decades. In April, Dennis Smith retired after 41 years at MAG. Tonight, we will be presenting him with a Lifetime Achievement Award. During his time at MAG, Dennis pioneered the development of transportation plans. The development of transportation plans that resulted in 2 successful transportation elections, including Prop 300, 1985, and also Prop 400 in 2004. In fact, Dennis was instrumental in bringing us the regional freeway system we're driving on today. Dennis helped transform MAG into one of the most respected metropolitan planning organizations in the country, where it continues to serve as a national model not only in transportation, but also in air quality, economic development, and human service activities. Other accomplishments include bringing 911 service to the valley, coordinating 3 major census efforts, spearheading efforts to provide a clear formula for distribution, transportation funds, and promoting initiatives that allowed public entities to participate in the state retirement system. Dennis has been the recipient of numerous awards. He was recently presented with the President's Award by the National Association of Regional Councils, that organization's highest award. He also, just a week or so ago, was presented with a Gabe Zimmerman Award by the Future of Arizona, presenting Dennis with our highest honor, MAG's Lifetime Achievement Award. We'd like to share a video about Dennis and the impact he has had on our region.
MAG, which recently turned 50, was less than 10 years old when a young Dennis Smith was hired as Criminal Justice Coordinator by MAG Secretary Jack Tobolski. After serving a variety of roles, the Regional Council appointed Dennis Executive Director in 2003. During his 41 years of service, Dennis worked with 25 of the 26 MAG Regional Council chairs, dozens of city managers, business leaders, and numerous staff. Here's what just a few of them had to say about Dennis and the challenging task of running MAG.
Not the least of which was filling Jack Tobolski's shoes, to take over and lead MAG from one era into another era is no small challenge. And I think Dennis has done that in just an exceptional manner and really allowed MAG to continue to be probably one of the leading councils of government in the whole country.
I put in 40, now Dennis has put in 40. He's been a good public servant. Excellent manager. I made a decision a long time ago when I started running MAG in the league to hire people that were smarter than me to work for me. I did a good job.
So much of what hampers progress is a lack of institutional knowledge. And if you don't know the mistakes you made, then you make the same mistakes again. Dennis is that voice in your ear who says, oh, remember we tried that and what happened? Or remember we didn't do it we didn't include these people or these interests. Remember what happened? You go, oh yeah, we don't want to do that again.
I always felt a personal connection to Dennis. But what I valued the most about him was the way that he could look at any situation and help me to think through it. Without giving me an opinion and without giving me a direction, he helped me to maybe think aloud or think through it and come to good decisions.
His knowledge goes so deep, and Dennis, you have done an outstanding job in leading this region to excellence.
I think I didn't really know Dennis until I became chair. And I was awestruck, to be honest. The way that he hires really talented, good people around him, that he knows who is needed. He knows how to, if you will, work the electeds, because he knows personalities, but he also knows the business.
Obviously, as chair, I've had a chance to work closely with Dennis Smith, and I admire him and appreciate the high level of professionalism that he brings to this job.
Dennis Smith is a rare bird. He found a calling and has devoted his life to it. And that calling was to improve the metropolitan area through the activities, coordination, and improvement of municipal government.
I've known Dennis for 14 of his 41 years at MAG, and part of what has really impacted me is the way that he sees potential and drives toward it. He sees tremendous potential in our region, in our communities, in our staff. He sees this and it inspires us to work extremely hard because he believes in us. And when we succeed, it's because he's taught us to believe in ourselves. And we will always be his Marines, taking any beach, anytime, anywhere.
This is only the third time in MAG's history of presenting this prestigious award, and it couldn't be more deserved. We're excited to have Dennis Smith and his family join us tonight. Now, it is my pleasure to call Dennis to the stage to present him with the MAG Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm also going to ask, wait just 1 minute, stand right there, wait, stand right there. Stand, well, that's what he told me when we started this. He said, I can't fire him because he's retired. I ask you to stand there because, again, please stand up. Okay. We have a person that is going to help me make this presentation that he doesn't know anything about. Michelle Smith, would you join us, his daughter, right behind you?
Well, what a surprise. I was talking to Michelle today, and I thought I was talking to her in Washington, D.C. And she wished me well and doing well tonight, so what a big surprise. You know, seeing that picture of Jack Dabalski, Jack always referred to me as his junkyard dog. If he needed somebody to go into the fight, he would come get me. And so right now, I'm unchained, so I'm going to say whatever I want. So the junkyard dog is not chained anymore. I'm just going to go off my notes here because I want to make sure I get this right. So Kelly, forgive me for not using a teleprompter. I didn't use it when you had it anyway. So I'd like to thank Meg for bestowing this recognition on me. This is really a group achievement. I would like to accept it on behalf of the past and present elected officials, local government staff, and for the incredibly talented Meg staff. And so I'm going to go even off my script right now. I was thinking about that incredibly talented Meg staff, and you know, it was just a year ago we had the changing of the gavel ceremony. It's about the same time, the last Wednesday of June. It was just a few days after that, Becky Kimbrough passed away. So the anniversary of her passing is this Sunday. Becky symbolized everything important about Meg, and I miss her greatly. So I've been fortunate to work for Meg for 41 years. I've seen countless elected officials display courage in addressing the challenges of this region, and sometimes at a great personal price. And I actually saw some of those in the video that paid dearly for chairing. Meg is unique. It is a council manager form of government working at the regional level. That doesn't happen in other parts of the country. Other regional councils do not have management committees. It's driven straight out of policy committees and out to a regional council. We are fortunate, and I know when you go to U.S. Conference of Mayors or to NLC, people don't like their councils of governments. And it's because this one is really set up differently. That's the result of Jack Dvorsky, the genius that set this up. On a personal note, I would like to thank my family, especially my wife, Mercedes, who's right there. This job required many sacrifices, and my family was totally supportive. This wasn't a job. She said, I thought I had it together for this. This was always a mission. It was never just a job. My achievements are directly related to how I was raised. Both of my parents were products of the Great Depression. My father served in the Civilian Conservation Corps. My father migrated from Missouri to Montana. There is where he met my mother, who had migrated from Minnesota. They raised a family of 5 children. Now you might be saying, what's this guy telling me this for? What does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with MAG? They taught their children the value of hard work. The value of hard work is embedded in the MAG staff. They totally get it. There are no slackers on the MAG staff. I was involved in every hiring position decision, and if we found that we had mistakenly hired a slacker, they didn't last very long. So you have really a unique staff. Now, what is the key for the future of MAG? Many challenges face MAG, especially getting the authorization to have an election to renew the half-cent sales tax. That is a big deal. I've worked on this 3 times. 85, we won. 94, we lost. 2004, we won. I learned the most in 94. When we lost, I figured out I had to go back to work the next day, and it was god-awful. But I learned a lot of things from that. So what's it going to take to overcome the future challenges? Is it having a beautiful transportation plan? No. You have a great staff at MAG. They're going to develop a great plan. You will get one of those, but that's not the key. I learned the key to success early on at MAG in the late 70s when I was distributing the federal criminal justice funds. And Mayor Salem remembers that was the biggest program we had. It was Law Enforcement Assistance Administration. So one of my jobs was to visit the agencies that had received the funds. I walked into an agency called Seventh Step. They were a halfway house for prisoners coming out of Florence to rejoin society. So here I was, 28, 29, thought it was pretty hot stuff. So wanting to be very professional and probably full of myself, no, not probably, I was full of myself. I asked the executive director of Seventh Step, Monty McKenzie, still remember his name, who had previously been a prisoner out of Florence. I said, Monty, what's the treatment modality of Seventh Step? Boy, I thought I was brilliant. Kind of like someone asking MAG a technical question about the modeling underneath the regional transportation plan, trying to impress somebody. Monty looked me straight in the eye and said, Dennis, it doesn't matter what treatment modality we have at Seventh Step. It matters if you have the want to. That stuck with me. This directly relates to the future success of MAG. The past elected officials at MAG, I saw many of them in the video, and there's some here. I have great fond memories of them. The past elected officials at MAG had the want to. They worked through their differences and spoke with one voice. I want to say that again. They spoke with one voice. That doesn't mean that they liked each other all the time, got along all the time. Didn't mean that they didn't fight, but they fought at MAG. And when they walked out of the regional council after they had cut the deal, they spoke with one voice. And if you elected officials that are in this room right now tonight can't figure that out and can't do that, it's not going to happen. The operative question now is are the future elected officials at MAG going to speak with one voice? Leadership takes guts, gonus, and fire in the belly. So we need to have elected officials that have fire in the belly and courage to go make some unpopular decisions. I am confident that MAG will come together and meet the challenges of the future. Again, thank you for this recognition, and I am accepting this on behalf of all of the elected officials, past and present staff members, and your city managers, your elected officials that have worked so hard all these years. And as I think the video said, you're driving on it right now. And that's just the transportation program, the air quality program, the homeless program, all of these other programs at MAG that don't really get a whole lot of recognition. They work their guts out at MAG. And even how you build a sidewalk or a street, MAG specs and details for public works construction. Unknown program at MAG. City engineers meet every month. They make it happen. Again, thank you for this recognition. Vaya con Dios, left lane, hammer down.
Okay, I'd like to turn the mic over now to Gilbert Town Manager Patrick Banger, Chair of MAG Management Committee. Patrick.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. Dennis, I'm here tonight on behalf of all the managers who have worked with you currently and through the years. We have a small token of our appreciation for you and everything you've done for MAG. We talked at your last meeting, I think that was in March, that Dennis is like an institution in of himself, and we think about your legacy of your career and what you leave behind. And I think the greatest tribute to that is Dennis. His identity, his professional identity, and MAG's are one and the same. They're inseparable. You can't think of one without the other. And you're still missed, but we are grateful and thankful for your service through the years, and we wish you all the best in your retirement. We have for you a challenge coin from all the cities that are member agencies to the Maricopa Association of Governments to help you remind you of our appreciation for you and all you've done.